Hey, what is good, my good people? You know what it is. You know where you is. Yep, it is that time again. It is time for the I Am the Possible podcast experience. Oh, yes, this is the place where we aspire to inspire the innovation of your identity. It is me, yes, once again, your host, Mr. Travell C. W. Lynch, Mr. What, and I am your self-worth specialist. Guys, welcome once again into the I Am the Possible universe. Come on in, man. Take a seat, take a load off. How are you? Right? How was your week? How do you believe this week is going to go? Right? Getting ready for a new week, or you're in the middle of the week, right? Whenever you're listening to this, that's what's so great about podcasts or anything that's recorded, right? You can listen to it when you want to. So wherever you are and whenever you are, I hope and pray that you are doing well. Well, let's get right into it, guys, because I've got some things to share and I'm so excited about today's episode. Guys, this week we're going to be talking about the thing that hits me at my core, the thing that it is what I breathe. It is what I eat, sleep, think. It is the lifeblood of this podcast and everything that I aspire to create. Today, we're going to be talking about assessing our greatness, assessing ourselves, seeing ourselves. And really what I find most disturbing is when people have a very low estimation of themselves. And so before I get too far off into this, guys, you know how we do, you know what we need to do. Let's break it down, guys. Our mission: to share ideas, information, and individuals that will inspire you to think of yourself in a way that makes the life you want possible. That's right. That's why we're here, and that's what we're going to do today. Our confession, around here, guys, we believe that our words create our world, and that by the authority and power that God has given our tongue, in Proverbs 18, we can confess what we want to create. The glove of the tongue, the hand of the tongue will go out and gather for us what it is that we desire through the words that we speak. So say this with me. I'm about to learn something that will transform the way I think about myself and help make the life I want possible. That's a good confession. That's a good confession, guys. We have a disclaimer. Yep. Every episode, because I respect and I understand this game. And I'm learning and I'm growing in my respect and understanding of this game called self-development, this game called helping people, just helping people, because people are complex. We can keep things simple as the theme of this season, but by no means are people simple. No, we are very complex. There are many reasons why we do what we do, think the way we think, and behave the way that we behave. So the ideas expressed on this podcast, guys, it serves only as a component of a much more complex puzzle, I like to call it, of the human behavior. Okay. So I am contributing my piece of the puzzle. Okay. And I'm very aware of what that piece is. So I hope and pray that in the next few moments that something I might say and share might influence, impact, inspire you to really love, appreciate, accept, embrace, welcome you. That's what it's all about, guys. That's what it's all about for me. Today's idea, and this is a series. I'm not going to even say how many parts. Right now, we're on part 1, okay? And we'll see how far it goes. But I'm definitely seeing a couple more parts. But today we're here at part 1. How to see how great you are. How to see how great you are. Now, I want to share something here. I want to share a part of a story from my book, What is Enough? Maybe you've heard this story before. Maybe you've heard me share about the woman that I met years ago in the sauna over at 24 Hour Fitness. I was heading into the sauna, even as the book says it, and you can kind of read it on the screen. But I was going, this was after my workout, and I was headed to the sauna. I normally like to get in maybe 10, 15 minutes of the hot sauna and just sit in there and soak and just think, pray, meditate, whatever. But it's my time. It's my alone time. It's my, well, not alone because there's other people there, but it's my getaway time. And I usually don't like to talk and really interact. But on this particular day, and I write about it in my book, there's this young lady that comes up and she just begins to talk, right? She doesn't ask permission. She doesn't introduce herself. She just starts talking as soon as I go in there. And so here, I just wanted to share a piece of the book because this sets the stage for, again, where my heart is. You may know a lot of things. You may want to share a lot of things. You may want to contribute to a lot of things in life, but there are certain things that you really have your heart. There's a certain population, a certain issue, a certain problem in life that when you see it, it really grips you and you really want to contribute to solving that problem, right? You really want to help in that particular area. And she embodied, like so many others, even I once did, right? But she totally embodied what and who I'm going after in this world. And so picking it up on page 2 here, she's telling me all of her issues and problems. But about midway down, it says, she then went on to tell me how she worked in a real estate office where she was a successful agent. She was currently pursuing one last certification. And once she got that, she'd finally be able to brag to her family and feel good about herself. Those were her exact words. I don't know much about real estate, but my wife has her real estate license. And I know from watching her go through the rigorous process of getting licensed that this woman already, and that's a key word, guys, already had plenty to be proud of. And then she carried on and she continued on, but I'll stop there. The reason I share that snippet was she said a lot and she shared a lot in that moment, right? But the key point, the thing that I wanted to really, demonstrate and really pull out in that moment was she was concerned about doing something, right? I'm just adjusting the camera here. She was concerned about doing something in order to become something. I don't know if you've ever, heard it explained this way, but there's this thing in the world where we have to, or where we feel that we have to do enough before we can be enough, right? Our value and worth and significance in the world, at least within our own heart and mind, right, where it matters most, is connected to what we do or what we don't do. And we feel a certain way about ourselves based on our external accomplishments. And so this woman embodied that. And she said, yes, as soon as I do this, then I'll be able to brag. Then I'll be able to feel good about myself. And it broke my heart. And it continues to break my heart. And it's why I do what I do. And it's why I share what I share. Because there's, I believe, a multitude of individuals around this world who don't love and appreciate and accept themselves as they are because they are. They're very conditional. I was once this way, very conditional. And there's still areas of my life where I'm still growing and developing, because there is always just because of the world and the society that we live in, there's always this pull and tug on performance and trying to earn our enoughness, right? So today I want to talk about, how do we see how great we are from a already context, an already perspective. Not that you have to do something to become great, but learning to see that you already are great. See, I know. See, that will challenge some people, because we live in a performance-based society. We watch sports and athletes and people on stage and movie stars and actors, and everything is such a media-driven, sensationalized society that we tend to, think that, hey, if I'm not performing, if I'm not at the top of my game, if I'm not doing something externally that's wowing and wooing the crowds and the circles that I'm a part of, if I can't, like that lady in the book, if I can't impress those that are around me, then obviously I don't have any value, worth, significance, importance. And that's a lie. And I'm here to say it. And I ain't scared to say it. Here's my take on it, right? Because this platform is all about sharing ideas that will help you to innovate your identity. Some of us are living with an identity attached to doing, performing, achieving, accomplishing. And how's that working for you, right? How's that working for you? I've been there. I've done that. It don't work. It's garbage. It's painful. It's agonizing. You always got to keep up with the next thing. So it's not about, at least for me, right? My belief and what I'm sharing with you is, you don't have to do anything to become great. I believe that at your very core, you are great. Why? Because you were made in the likeness and the image of a great God. You look like God. You're in the image of God. You reflect God. You're an extension of God. You are great in and of yourself. No matter what you've done or haven't done, no matter where you are or aren't, what you've achieved or not achieved, doggone it, you are great just because you exist. And I know that goes against the grain. And I was going to say something else. I don't care. I'm a champion for the people. You feel me? I'm a champion for humanity. I'm going to say these things. I'm going to represent these things. This is going to be my legacy. I don't have to follow the crowds. I don't have to think like everyone else thinks. I don't have to see it the way everyone else sees it. If I do, I'm a copycat. I'm a carbon copy. And God is too good and too creative and too great for me to do it like everyone else does it. So I'm here to say something a little different. Because there's some people think, oh, don't tell people that they're great, because then that doesn't motivate them to grow and to improve. No. And I'm not going to get into it in this episode, but no, you can be just as motivated, just as inspired, knowing that you are great, because now you got something to work with. If I am great, now that tells me that I can accomplish something. I can actually do something. So I'm not going to even entertain that crap. Okay. But here's the deal. You are great, and greatness is your expression. Great is your existence. Think of it like this. Great is your existence. Greatness is your expression. Feel me? Great is your existence. Greatness is your expression of your existence. So today we're going to be talking about, how do I see how great, present tense, I am, right? So I want to share with you guys here in part one. Here, let me switch slides. All right. So you can't address what you don't assess. That rhymes. That was pretty sweet, right? You can't address what you don't assess. Guys, here in the iAMthepossible universe, we believe that the greatest form of self-development is self-discovery. In other words, we don't worry about leveling up until we first learn to level down. Level down means digging, discovering what's already there. Just like you know how they dig for fossils or they dig for bones or something? They have to dig below. They have to get below the surface. They have to go down into to discover what's already there. The bones are already there. They're waiting to be discovered. But you're not going to be able to see them and appreciate them and know anything about the history of our world and our civilization, and right, until you dig a little. Well, everybody in the world wants to level up this, level up that. Man, miss me with that. Level up. Okay, level down first, because we're trying to level up and we're building on a very weak foundation. We don't know what we are, but we want to build empires. We don't know what we are, but we want to, build, civilizations. We don't know what we are, but we want to, make $1 million. We don't know what we are, but we want to start this and start that and take over this and take over that. And I'm here to say, man, miss me with the leveling up stuff. Yeah, there's a time and place for that, but level down, build a foundation, learn what you are, man. Discover what's there. Love and appreciate yourself from the bottom up, man, from the ground up. If you can't love yourself when you ain't got no money, you ain't gonna love yourself when you get money. If you don't love yourself when you ain't got that spouse, that woman, that man, then you ain't gonna love yourself when you get them. Same problems you got now, and you get money, you're gonna have the same problems. Same problems you got now, and you get that man, that woman, you're gonna have the same problems. Because we are in a world of leveling up and we don't take time to level down. Okay, that's my soapbox. I told you I'm passionate about this one. Oh, I got energy, baby. I got juice for this one. Okay? So you cannot address what you don't assess. What are we addressing? We are addressing our greatness, our great. Let me say that. We are addressing how great we are. Right? We got to keep that separated, great and greatness. So today we're addressing how great we are. All right. And I'm gonna hook you up. I'm gonna hook you up with some information. Now, guys, you've heard my story. 21 years ago, Pastor Eric Brown walked into my life, and he said 5 words that would change my life forever. Right. Actually, I'm gonna do an entire episode, right, on the 5 words that can change your life forever. Right. So be on the lookout for that one. Based on this story, but I'm going to really go in and really unpack some things for you. I think it's going to be really, really good. But yeah, man, he walked up to me after me giving a 15-minute spiel on the life of Jesus. And he said, Travail, you are a teacher. 5 words, man, that totally revolutionized my life. Game changer, right? Game changer alert. total game changer. But what that did was, it sent me down a path of self-discovery. Because for him to say, Travail, you are a teacher, that was pretty dope in and of itself. That right there, that got me hype. But now, what does that mean? How do I apply that? How is that applicable? What do I do with that information? How does that play out on a practical level, a social level, a professional career level? Like, what does that mean, right? Spiritual level, right? Okay, I'm a teacher. Ooh, that hit home. That sounds good. How do I use that to my advantage? How do I leverage that? What does that mean for me? How does that direct my life? And see, those are the questions that I began to ask, and I encourage you to ask, right? That began to be the breadcrumbs and the clues that led me to where I am now, 21 years later, communicating in so many ways, right? Through so many mediums, right? And so I want to share with you how I addressed it, right? How I assessed it, right? So the first thing that I want to share with you guys is 3. Let's see if I can still share myself. Okay, cool. 3 of the things that I discovered, and I want to encourage you to consider them for yourself. Okay. Now, the importance of this, and let me go back here before I even share that. The importance of this, first, let me give you the importance, then I'm gonna give you three things to consider about, basically three reasons, right, that you're great, right? Remember, leveling down, discovering what's already there. So I'm gonna share three things that are already there to help you see how great you already are. You don't have to earn these things. They come baked in. They were with you from the beginning, so you don't have to earn them. See how that works? They're already there. But let me give you the why, okay? The reason that we do this is to expand our scope, right? At work, I'm a project manager. And, when we take on projects, the first thing that we look at is what's in scope, right? What can we do? What things we cannot do? Because that's what's going to drive the activity and the business partners that we pull into the project, right? So what's in scope? So this helps you to see what's in scope for you, right? What's at your disposal? What resources do you have? What can you leverage? What can you use in your life, right? Because again, remember our mission, I'm sharing ideas and information, right? These things are going to help you, right, to see yourself in a way that makes the life that you want possible. There's a life that you want, right? And in large part, the life that you want is directly connected to the way that you see yourself, where I'm hooking you up today with some things to consider about yourself. And if you see yourself this way, then it's going to help you to get to the life that you want, right? So your scope, your framework has to be enlarged. So that's the why. So let me get into these. That's the why. Number one, guys, did you know that you are a creation? Consider that. Consider you being a creation. That would mean that you are an idea. Anything that's created began in the heart, in the mind, in the imagination of someone or something. In our case, it's God. You are the creation of God, in the image of God. He created man and woman. Oh, yes. So if you are an idea, then like any other idea, you are the solution to a problem, the answer to a question. Your life matters. Think about that. Think about that. Contribution. Consider the idea, consider the fact that you are a contribution to the betterment of our society. You are here with a purpose. You are here on purpose. There's something in you and about you. There's something that you contain, and there's something that you are that contributes to this world. Nothing exists without being a contribution to something else. Nothing is here for nothing. Everything is here for a purpose and has a purpose. And in that purpose, there is worth. So you are worthy and you carry worth continuously. Okay. And then thirdly, you are a continuum. That's right. In other episodes, I broke this down. There's three parts to you: the who you were, the who you are, and the who you will be. You are not listen, you are not something that's continued. Oh, I'm sorry. You are something that's continued. Get my words right. You are not something that's concluded, right? Because I was drawing the comparisons of that in a different episode. You are not something that's concluded. You are something that is continued. You are a continuum. You have infinite possibilities. That means, and the good news about that is that you are never stuck where you are. There's always growth. There's always potential. There's always more that you can do and grow and develop and mature into. That means you are never stuck where you are in life, and that's good news. If you don't like where you are in life, you can change that. If you don't like the way you feel, you can change that. If you don't like the way you think, you can change that, and that's good news. You are a continuum. Guys, I want you to consider these three. Why? What's the result? Why bother? Right? Why bother? Well, think about this. If you knew you were a creation, I'm an idea. I started in the mind of God. I'm a contribution. I got worth. I got value. I am significant. And I'm a continuum? What? It ain't never over. It ain't never over for me. Infinite possibilities? Never ending possibilities? I ain't never stuck nowhere, no how. What? I'm great. What's the result? A greater sense of confidence. Wouldn't you walk around with confidence if you walked around believing these three things about yourself? What about competence? What couldn't you do? Knowing that this is you, these three things represent you. What couldn't you do? My goodness. What couldn't you take on? Huh? What mountain couldn't you climb? What Goliath couldn't you slay? Right? What dragon couldn't you kill? You feel me? And there's a clarity. There's a sense of clarity. These are all things that we want. We all want these things as humans. A sense of clarity. Maybe you're at a point in your life where you're like, man, I'm just not clear. Where am I going? What is my life doing? What am I going to do with my life? Well, listen, these three things are good foundations. This is leveling down. This is leveling down. This is a good foundation. These are all things inspired by the Creator. I got all this through prayer. I got all this by checking in with God. I got all this through my studies and through my own self-discovery processes over these last 20 years. That's why I know these things and I believe in these things. And I am sold out for these things. I'm pushing all my chips to the middle for these things. And I got some more. Remember, this is just part one. I got more for you, baby. Oh no, we just getting started. But I wanted to give you something to chew on, right? Something to work on. Now, here's the deal. Okay, let me go back. Here's the deal. And something I should have maybe shared earlier. I didn't share it, but it's time for me to share it now. And I'm going to provide links to these assessments, right? Remember I said that we cannot, here, let me go back. Remember I said we cannot address what we don't assess. The reason I know so much about this stuff and the reason I know so much about me, right, is because I went through so many self-assessments. And as soon as Pastor Eric said, you are a teacher, the very first assessment I took was a spiritual gifts assessment. Spiritual gifts. Spirit is the highest, in the hierarchy of the human existence. Spiritual trumps everything else. Spiritual, mental, physical, right? They say mind, body, soul. Spiritual is at the top. It trumps everything. That which is seen was created by that which is unseen. Okay? So the very first thing I did was I took a spiritual gifts assessment. From there, I took something called a DISC assessment, right? That's more about your personality, right? And kind of breaks it down into little categories, helps you see more about yourself, helps you see more of yourself and understand more about yourself. Just trying to think of a few. And I'm going to put all the links to these down below the video. So if you're on YouTube, and you should be on the tube, then just go ahead and check the description and you'll see the links there. I also took something called Strength Finders because we all have these innate strengths that we can work through. And the list goes on and on and on. I mean, I've taken countless assessments. And the thing about these assessments they are part aha, like, whoa, I didn't even know that, right? Because some of them are general. It just helps you to understand how you operate as a human. Like, oh, that's why I do that. Oh, that's why that works. Oh, that's why I like those people. Oh, that's why I like going and doing those things. Oh, right? So you really get confident and you really get competent and you really get clear just about, you as a human in general, right? But then also the other benefit is a lot of these things confirm, right? They confirm. A lot of times I took the assessment and my results came back and I was like, whoa, yes, that's exactly who I am. That's exactly why I do that. That's exactly what I do. That's exactly how I feel, right? And so again, this is baseline stuff, but it's a foundation. Before you can level up, you got to level down, build a foundation for which to stand upon. Then you can take on the burdens and the weights and the pressures that this world throws on you because you're solid. You're solid in God. You're solid in your creator. You're solid in the fact that you are a creation. You're solid in the fact that you are a contribution. You are strong. You are confident in the fact that you are a continuum. And with that as your foundation and learning these other things about you, boom, I'm great. That becomes your confession. I'm great because I know what I am. I'm great. I'm going to do another episode on that as well, right? The what, your three parts, who, why, and what. And many of us are trying to discover who I am to be and why do I exist without the middle piece that connects them all together. The what, baby. That's right. The what. That's why I'm Mr. What, because I specialize in the what. The what is the glue. The what is the three piece to the puzzle, right? The what is the puzzle piece that connects them all together. Who, why, the what, baby. And what you are is a creation, a contribution, and a continuum. All right, guys. I want to encourage you this week as we start to wrap it up. Click the links below, take these assessments, and begin to learn about yourself. Ask the questions. How can I leverage this? How can I use this to improve my life? How can I implement this? How can I contribute to the betterment of this world, right? How can I go out with confidence, knowing that I'm great, and get involved in my community, get involved in my church, get involved in the lives of those around me? Again, this is a component. This is a piece to the puzzle, guys. Right? All right. Hope and pray that it meant something to you, that it encouraged you, that it built you up. Right? All right, guys, we are wrapping it up. Please support a brother. Go out and tell somebody. If it's blessed you, it's going to probably bless somebody else. Leave me a comment, info@iamthepossible.com, info@iamthepossible.com. Or you can leave me a comment right here on YouTube, right? Let me know what you thought about it. Let me know what hit home. Did it make sense, right? How can I have improved it? What other topics might you want to, see me cover? Just anything, good, bad, and ugly. Just leave me a comment there on YouTube. Fourthly, I am building up my YouTube subscriptions, man. Come on, man. My viewership. All right. So go over to YouTube. If you're not already on the tube, hit that bell, join the notification nation so that you get each and every episode of the I'm the Possible podcast experience and all of the organic content that I upload each and every week to help continue to inspire the innovation of your identity. And finally, Apple Podcasts or any podcast platform that you're on. Definitely want you to subscribe and download each and every episode and just continue to grow and develop and mature in your love, acceptance, and appreciation of yourself. Said a lot. Hope you got a lot. I love you guys. I'm praying for you guys. I'm believing in you guys. Until next time, go out today in some way. I don't care how, just some way, right? And be why it's possible. Peace.